If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out. Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. Oh my goodness. Sorry, people that watching me live. Apparently, I was mute for y'all the whole time. But yeah, you guys are listening to and watching the juice. And it's my birthday. Woo! It's August 29th, 2022, and today the topic is labels. Yes. Y'all, I had a great weekend of celebrations. Shout out to everybody that I saw over the weekend. It was nice getting all dolled up on Saturday for a good friend of the family. Her name is Miss Christy. We went and celebrated her on Saturday night. And so, those of you all that follow me on social media, you probably already done seen a little taste, a little skosh of what happened and whatnot. And, how your girl was, representing, those that are watching live, y'all see my hairdo. Because you look, I only get my hair done twice a year. So, look, catch this do, y'all. Catch it. No, but yeah, I was trying something different. I was like, I want something different. Something, a little new. Y'all see your girl got a little hang time now, so I can do some styles and stuff. So to God be the glory. To God be the glory. I think this is probably the longest I've ever seen my hair, like my natural hair get. And I've always been like, oh, once my hair reaches my shoulders, I'm gonna know something. Well, technically, it's a little bit past my shoulders now. So, all right, and it's so funny because like sometimes I don't even realize it until I see a picture and then I'm like, oh, my hair is growing. But yeah. So that was one of the first things I did on Saturday after I did the juice and relaxed a little bit. Went to go get my hair done, and then after that, came back home, had like a little Scotia rest, and then I got ready to go out, and I got all dolled up and showed heavyweight, how I was gonna be looking with the girls. I'm like, all right, husband, take me out sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be a little Barbie doll for you, little like I say, trophy wife or something. But nah, it was nice. I mean, I guess I'm shouting out the outfit because of course it came from TTC Boutique. Okay. So I mean, shout out to TTC Boutique. Shout out to my homegirl Michaela. You know, had some nice fashions. So go check them out. Yeah. So that was Saturday, man, and then so Sunday, I decided to make it the last day of my Summer Sunday challenge. I felt like it was a good, nice little round day to round things up. Now, does that mean I'm going to stop the challenge? No. But I can stop calling it Summer Sunday challenge, basically, because, we are nearing the end of summer and, September and October and all of that goes into fall. So I figured, last Sunday was a good stopping point to say Summer Sunday Challenge ended. I went to church every Sunday this whole summer. Even if I didn't go to Mountain West, I went to visit somewhere. But every Sunday, me and my family, me and my son, and even if there were times I had to go by myself, but I went to church every Sunday this summer. So to God be the glory for that, man. Again, that's just another example of how we can change our lives out here. We can like do some different things, and all you have to do is just be intentional. Be intentional about doing it. I was praising God on the way because, okay, I think y'all know that, my little guy was spending time with his nana this weekend. And so I did end up going to church yesterday by myself. And so I'm just praising God on the way and listening to music and, all of that, and praying and everything like that on the way to church, which I do anyway, even with NJ's with me, but still, um, was doing that, and then got there, and the message once again was good. The praise and worship, everything was good. Ended up getting a little prayer as well for me and my family, and that was good because the gentleman that prayed, he shared a little bit of his testimony as he was praying, and it coincided with my, the situation I was getting prayer about, and I just was like, wow, and it convicted me because I'll be honest, like over the summer, basically, when it would be time for prayer and people would come to the front, and I would notice him, the gentleman, and I felt led. I want to say a few Sundays ago to go and let him pray for me, but I just was like, how I don't know what it is about this particular season, because I feel like I keep sharing this testimony with y'all where the Lord tell me to do something, then I don't do it. And I don't know if I just got out of whack from the sporadicness of how I was going to church and whatnot, before the Summer Sunday Challenge, So I don't know if, not saying my faith, but like, how those little doubts and I guess fears and different things try to come up in your heart and mind when you're doing something. So yeah, I felt led to go get prayer from the gentleman a few Sundays ago, but I just didn't. I don't know. I guess I just suppressed that. I just tried to focus on worshiping, and you know what I mean? Because it's like, now I will say again, I think I told y'all before, I feel like Mountain West is like this well-oiled machine where what's going to happen. Like, for the most part, it's like it's going to be, a couple of songs in the beginning. You're going to get the little buffer. You're going to get the sermon. You're going to get a couple more songs after. And that's kind of how it rolls for the most part. I mean, there might be some variations here and there depending on if they're doing something, but that's pretty much what the service is like. Um, and I'm not sure if I like that, but I like it. But and the spirit does move, so I'm not gonna say that they don't allow for the spirit to move. But I just, you know what I mean. But when you say that and you be like, oh, it's always gonna be that way, and then it comes with expectations. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. I don't know why I'm even talking about that. Anyway, but what I'm saying is that yeah, I felt led to talk to the gentleman a few Sundays ago, and I just didn't. I was suppressing it for whatever reason, and then finally yesterday, I just was like, I'm gonna go. If he's there, I'll go. And then I looked up, he was there, so I went to go get the prayer and whatnot. And like again, I just shared a little bit about the situation I was getting prayer for, and he pretty much was saying that he went through something similar, and and he was praying and everything like that, and then he kind of spoke some things and let me know some things to stay encouraged, you know what I'm saying? And that's just one of those things where it's like, man, thank you, Lord, for this moment. Thank you, Lord, for, being obedient. Like, thank you, Lord, for, again, it's just one of those things where you see how important fellowship is and how, important it is to go to church. Now, yes, there's importance of doing things outside of church too. Like, that's important as well. But it is important to get amongst believers and fellowship and come together. Um, and now I would say, yeah, not just online, but and I know I do a lot online, but I'm just saying, it's just a different experience going somewhere and being in person with people and worshiping together and getting the prayer hands on and all of that. So anyway, so that was a beautiful moment and whatnot. And again, the sermon just was like, right there, right? And a lot of confirmations, honestly. Pastor was saying a lot of things that the crazy thing I've been saying, like I'll go on different shows and I even here on the juice I've said some of the stuff, so that's why I was, but still he was giving some good stuff where I'm just taking notes down, like, it was just good. It was just good. So that's what church was like. And then after that, we pretty much was like putting final touches on the house and whatnot, because I had my house party last night, y'all. Shout out to my husband, man. He did that. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to him for hosting the shindig. He cooked, the ribs and the pulled pork and what else he made? Some sausages and chicken and all that good stuff. And then people was bringing in, sides and everything. again, so many people, from different aspects of our life came and whatnot. So shout out to everybody that came as well, family, friends, new friends. Um, yeah, it just was another good time. I'll talk more about it in the after show for those that are watching me live. Give y'all a little extra. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I had a beautiful weekend, and today is my birthday, y'all. So 36 years old today, y'all. So you know what I'm saying? I feel like I ain't did too bad for myself in these 36 years. You know what I'm saying? I feel like the Lord done did, some wonderful things with me, for me, and through me. So, I'm excited. I'm excited. It's a good time. And, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can go on and on and on. So let me go on and give y'all the juice. Let's give y'all the juice this morning. So basically, I woke up a little bit early. Like, I think I woke up a couple of times, and that was very interesting. I didn't pay attention to the times to like look up the verses, but I woke up like 2 maybe, and then I went back to sleep because I was like, it's 2. Then I woke up like 3:30 or something like that, and whatever time it was, or maybe it was 3:40, I don't know, but I woke up at some time where I was like, it's not worth trying to go back to sleep, but I'm still gonna lay down a little bit. So that's kind of how that was. And um yeah. So well, I was thinking about like what all I was doing. Basically, I just kind of was looking at like photos from yesterday, and responded to some of the messages that I have received online and whatnot. And yeah, shout out to people that are already sending the birthday wishes and whatnot as well. But anywho, so basically, I listened to the prayer meditation, but before I listened to it, I read this. They sometimes they have like these images, and then they have like wording that goes along with what the topic is for the prayer meditation with Soul Space app. And so this is what it said, and I really, really liked it, and that's pretty much where the inspiration for today came from. This says, God knows the labels you slapped over your identity, and He knows whether or not they're true. Mm, like that right there, yeah, that's where the inspiration came from. I was like, I like that. That's great because we do label ourselves, right? We want to put ourselves in boxes. We want to, speak things over our life, and say that this is me. But at the end of the day, God knows whether that is true or not. Um, and the more I thought about that, right, and listened to the prayer meditation this morning, the more I was reminded that, God was quick to change a name. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't seem like, just because you was named one thing don't mean you got to stay that. And he showed us that several times in the Bible and whatnot. We're going to read a couple of accounts of where he changed some names. But I know y'all probably familiar with it if y'all done read the Bible, you know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah. Now it do make me think about, well, Lord, did you change my name or whatnot? I mean, well, technically, when you changed my name when it came to marriage. Now, it's a whole nother subject where I get into that. But I mean, technically, there was a name change. You know what I'm saying? And well, see, I like my name though. So shout out to my mama. And look, happy giving birthday, mama. Happy giving birthday. um, yeah, I like my name. I like the name she gave me, and I like the nickname that I have as well. Um, I think it fits. I think it goes well with things I do. Um, Not that I just think I'm just, like I'm not out here. I don't know. I'm not saying all of that. I'm just saying that I like my name. And it's good for, I guess, standing out, if you want to say, having a career in entertainment and all that type of stuff. So, but yeah, and then the interesting thing is, yeah, even though there are lots of miracles out there, but I don't know if there's many miracleists. Like I might be the only one. I think last time I Googled, I think I was the only one in the US. Now, but the crazy thing was I saw, like, when I first got on Facebook, you know how you can get on Facebook, well, back in the day when you get on Facebook, and I look up my name, and somebody would have my name as like their last name, the way my first name is spelled. So I don't know if they found me or something. I don't know, but anyway, um, I like my name, you know what I mean. But I'm one of hey, if the Lord wants to rename me, you know what I'm saying, I'm open to that too. Cause I mean, look, I think my mama did a great job of naming. I ain't gonna lie about that. However, if the Lord sees fit to change my name, for example, then I mean, obviously he saw fit to change me, and y'all can read all about that in the cultivation period of single Christian charity. You're like, can we get one juice where you're not dropping the book? I'm just saying if y'all want to get to know me more, that's all I'm saying. But yeah. Oh goodness. Let me get into this because I'm all out of whack today. Let's get into the juice. So Isaiah 62:2, it says, "The nations shall see your righteousness, and all the kings your glory, and you shall be called by a new name that the mouth of the Lord will give." Yeah, you want to get one of them God-given names. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Because honestly, a lot of the times when he changed people's names, it was going from something to something better, and everything. So yeah. I mean, and honestly, that's another thing too. I noticed when it comes to names in the Bible. I don't know if I talked about this before. I feel like I might have, but anyway, um, basically, you could tell like the level of importance that a name held in those days. Like, I mean, even still now, maybe, people think about like what they named their child, but I think like back then they really like named you what was going to happen in your life or whatever, like at least these biblical accounts and whatnot. And so just very interesting, like, that whole name concept. But yeah, you want the God-given name. Let's get God-given names out here. Speaking of, let's talk about, I want to say, if not the first one, it had to be, is definitely like one of the first name changes. And it's in Genesis 11, no, it might be 17. So let's say 17, and if it's not, then it might be 11. Genesis 17:5. "No longer shall your name be called Abram, but your name shall be called Abraham, for I have made you the father of a multitude of nations." So, I mean, now I could have looked up what Abram meant. That could be go deeper for all of us. Let's look up what the word or what the name Abram means by itself. Um, yeah, because if I was to try to say right now, then I would probably be like making it up, and I'm not sure, so I don't want to say like what I'm thinking it is, but I can definitely say like what he said, right? He says, "Abraham, for I have made you the father of a multitude of nations." So let me just guesstimate. It might not be right, but maybe perhaps Abram was like uh means like the father of one or something. You know what I mean? Who knows? But then God's telling him, nah, you're not the father of one, you the father of many. And so that's just an example. We can again confirm exactly what the name meant. But yeah, there's a reason God changed his name now, so just saying. Here's another one here. I believe it's another account of a name change. It's Genesis 32:28. "Then he said, Your name shall no longer be called Jacob, but Israel, for you have striven with God and with men and have prevailed." So I don't know if I wrote that word. It looks like I said striven, but I'm wondering if y'all can confirm that too. Sorry. um, but yeah, because I remember Jacob was the one that was wrestling with God, right? So striven. I don't know. The word just don't sound right as I'm reading it right now. But I mean, again, y'all can go and confirm. 2 Corinthians 5:17. "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come." Again, man, it's just one of those reminders. Y'all done heard this verse on the juice before. I ain't gotta break it down for you, do I? At the end of the day, yeah, we become a new creature. Yeah, you might be getting a name change. Or at the end of the day, not even just the name change, but understanding that, hey, God knows your name. God knows who you are. And um I believe we gotta trust that. That was another thing too. Like when I think about yesterday, um, I want to say when I sat down in church yesterday, um, I felt in my spirit, like they say, but I did. I felt in my heart and mind, uh, Bible made real, like that phrase, Bible made real. And again, as the pastor was teaching and everything like that, it just was really, kind of confirming to me that we should take the Bible a little bit more seriously. Like we should live by it. We should believe it, and we should trust in the words and live accordingly. It's one thing to be like, I believe, or I read that, or I understand, whatever case is, but it's a whole totally different thing to hear, read, see, believe, and then live like you hear, see, read, and believe. Um, yeah, yeah, because now, I mean, granted, I can have ups and downs. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, 36 years old now. You know what I mean? I've had some ups and downs. I'm not perfect. I'm human out here. You know what I'm saying? Um, but when I look at my life and I look at everything that has happened, and I remember where I was, and then I see where I am now. It's like, what did that? Like, what? And I would say that me saying, "Hey, Lord, all right, well, what you want me to do?" You know what I mean? And living accordingly, and doing my best to like follow God and do His will and different things like that. I feel like those are the things that has led me to the people that I have around me now. The blessings that I have around me now, the things that I'm doing, and all that. And that's all I can really share when it comes to what can someone else do. Like, um, there's some messages and social media things I need to go through and respond to. But one of the things happened this weekend. Like, I had someone asking questions about like how to seek God and how to hear from God, or what X, Y, and Z. Or I basically, the lady was feeling like she asked God questions and He don't answer. And I'm like, well, I asked, have you done this? Have you done that? But I mean, and I get that it can be hard to discern that, right? It can be hard to like figure out, like, is this me? Is this God? Like, what? You know what I mean? Like, because again, like when people say things like, "Oh, I feel to my spirit," or "I feel," in my heart and mind is what I'm hearing. You know what I mean? Like that might sound weird to people that either they haven't experienced it, or they are ignoring it or blocking it, or whatever the case is. Um, so yeah, actually really breaking that down is a whole processing thing by itself. But yeah, I mean, hey, again, um, I try to share different things, especially on here, because at the end of the day, if this does, I hope, well, one, I hope that it pray that it encourages and inspires people to do these things, to at least take the practical steps. And I believe that God will show Himself and reveal Himself to you as He's done with me. And again, the crazy thing about the juice and this whole thing is that no matter what comes into my heart and mind in the morning, and again, it can be something random. I mean, I done told y'all on here like how random it can get, and the random ideas and the random words and things that come into my mind that I end up studying about, and obviously the Lord has something to say about those different things. And y'all see, ever since April 1st, 2020, I done had something to say almost every day. The days that I'm doing this, and not to say I mean, maybe I did doubt in the beginning, because I was like, Lord, when am I gonna have to, like, every day? Like, we call this a daily dose of inspiration. Like, am I gonna have something to say every day? I know I asked that, and He's showing that to be yes. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I feel like God has something to say. And all we got to do is be intentional about listening. Um, if you don't feel like your prayers are being answered, then I would say go into the Word and look up whatever it is you're going through. I know people share posts all the time with like verses that correlate with certain, not just emotions, but like, things like doubt, fear, worry, whatever the case is. And, you can look up those verses. Or I've showed you guys how I do it. I literally go to, openbible.info and plug in whatever the phrase or whatever the word or whatever the thing is that comes into my heart and mind. And if something comes up, great. If nothing comes up, which is very rare, but for the most part, if absolutely no verses come up, then I would go and define the word, right? I go and define the word that I'm thinking about and break it all the way down into a different way to say whatever it is. You can even go to the thesaurus and think of another way to say a certain word, and look that up and see if you'll see it. Again, you might not see hamburger in the Bible, but you'll see something about cows. You know what I'm saying? It could just be just like that. And so God is speaking, God is moving, God is still working in this season, and right here, right now, today. And I believe he's still moving and working the way he was working in the Bible and the biblical accounts as well. And he can use you. He wants to. And he wants to talk to you, and he wants to help you, and he's there for you and everything like that. And I mean, I can go on and on, but technically that's the juice, y'all. That's the juice. I think that was the last verse that I had to share. Oh, no, you know what? I got one more. That's part of the juice. Hopefully it encourages you and inspires you. It's Proverbs 22:1. It says, a good name is to be chosen rather than great riches, and favor is better than silver and gold. So yeah, friends, again, God, he's in the name changing business. So, go ahead and let him do that. Again, he knows who you are, and what you are, and, yeah, that's the juice. That is the juice. The Bible verse of today is Romans 12:21. It says, be not overcome with evil, but overcome evil with good, friends. I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love. Your daily dose of inspiration and juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day. And I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. Check out our friends at mailandmeet.com for beautifully handcrafted, Afrocentric greeting cards and so much more. That's mailandmeet.com.